Year 7, Monday lesson. Macbeth promised to visit the Weird Sisters once more, and a couple of lessons ago we saw the witches preparing to receive him. Now Macbeth is after another series of prophecies. So what is a prophecy? Do you remember? Well, a prophecy is it's a look into the future. It's a forecast. It's a prediction as to what's going to happen. So what were the first 3 prophecies in the play? Cast your mind back to scene 3. Doesn't seem like very long ago, but it's way back at the beginning of the play. What were the first 3 prophecies told by the witches to Macbeth and Banquo? Anyone? Well, let's remember. The first prophecy was that Macbeth would be promoted to Thane of Cawdor, then promoted to king. The third prophecy was aimed at his friend Banquo, and it said that he, Banquo, would get kings, that's to say, begin a family of the future kings of Scotland. So let's look at hubris then. We looked at this recently. Hubris is, do you remember what it is? It's that sense of almost arrogance. It's the idea that you know better than the gods. So what's a synonym for hubris? Love, overconfidence, or anger? One of those. Let's look at the word invincible, because it's a feeling that Macbeth will be left with today. Invincible means too powerful to be defeated. In meaning not. Vincere means overcome. Invincible. Too powerful to be defeated. Basically all-powerful. So if a character believes they are invincible, how would they behave when threatened? Over to you for the answer. And is Macbeth being punished, do you think, for his hubris? And explain your answer, yes or no. You may think yes, he's being punished because, well, remember, ancient Greek characters who displayed hubris were punished by the gods and who demanded a sacrifice of some sort, either the death of a family member or some other, or blindness to please the gods as a punishment for hubris. Today you are going to read and understand Act 4. Yes, Act 4, Scene 1. To consider the symbolism of the apparitions. An apparition is a ghost or an appearance, a vision, and to prepare to write Wednesday's task, which is a diary. All of that will be done as we explore Macbeth's encounter with the witches. So let me, yes, I'll show you this thought, this word bubble. It's basically some words that relate to the lesson today. Midnight, curse, shadows, charms, blood, hags, and trouble. Bubble, bubble, toy, and trouble. That phrase sounds like a cliche now, doesn't it? An overused expression, but it actually originated in Macbeth. So let me show you what I need you to fill out today. It's called a close summary. You've seen one of these before, and I'm going to hand it to you in various formats today. So let me share. Jumped out of PowerPoint, jumped back into Edge. I think, is this recording? Yes. Okay. Close activity. Right, I've copied this onto the PowerPoint slide. If you're fortunate enough to have a printer, then you could print this, fill in the gaps with a pen, take a photo of it if you want to and send it back to us. But this is the lesson basically to complete this. If you don't have a printer, I have this on the PowerPoint and you'll be able to copy it from the screen, so from this video lesson, if you pause the video at the right spot. I'll jump back over to PowerPoint now. To give you the answers to the first section. So fill in the gaps to describe what's happening in the scene. So you'll have, this is going to be the first sentence in the summary. The answers are: the witches gathered together potion in their cauldron, throwing in disgusting ingredients while they chant their spell. Okay, let's quickly flash through the actual scene. So, leaping out of PowerPoint, jumping back into Edge, checking its recording. Okay, the scene itself. Starts with the first, second and third witches, basically conjuring with toads, bits of venom. It's all added into the cauldron, bits of newt, bits of frog, and so on. And then Hecate comes in, congratulates them. I commend you, I congratulate you on your pains, your efforts. So, yes, they brought their vessels, yes, they brought their charms. And Macbeth enters, and quite soon after that he enters and greets them, he says, I conjure you, tell me what's going to be my future. Because actually, this is quite interesting. He says that you, although you untie the winds and let them fight against the churches, this is almost a symbolic reference to how witchcraft challenges conventional religion. And we all know, don't we, that witches can control the weather, right? Remember? So the first witch says, yes, speak, want to know from us. And here we go, first apparition, an armed head. In my video summary, I don't have an armed head. I just have some sort of cloud. My second apparition isn't a bloody child, it's, well, that sort of cloud. I just simply didn't have a bloody child, but the closed summary is going to ask you what the apparitions look like. So there's a third one as well, which you can find yourself. Now, the third apparition I'll help you with says that Macbeth, you're going to be invincible. You won't be vanquished, which means defeated, until a wood travels to a hill, Burnham Wood, to die high Dunsinane Hill comes. So Macbeth understandably feels quite confident. That'll never be, he says. So straightforward. Let me quickly show you the end of the scene. This is where Lennox enters and says to Macbeth that Macduff is in exile in England, and Macbeth says, the castle, Macduff, I will surprise and give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babies, his babes. We know Macduff is in England, so while he's there, Macbeth learns that Macduff is going to be a threat, so he's going to send some assassins to deal with Macduff. So let's go back to PowerPoint, and I've summarized the scene, we've read the scene, so all that remains to do is show you, no, not just yet, is show you the video summary. So let's include system audio, because it's an utter nuisance if that doesn't work. Right, okay, I'll see you on the other side of the summary.
Students, welcome to the Heath. No horses behind me. In fact, I've interrupted a riding lesson so that the horse students, the riding students, can take part in the following scene. Last time we met, a witch called Hecate, the head of the witches, promised to make Macbeth laugh at his fate and ignore death. That's to say, she's going to make him feel invincible with the next series of prophecies, and you're going to hear those shortly. One of them involves the Thane of Fife, Macduff, and at the end of the scene, on hearing that Macduff has gone to England, Macbeth decides to send a murderous dispatch, that's to say some assassins, to Macduff's castle to attack his family. Why? Well, you'll find out shortly.
Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed. Thrice and once the hedge whined.
Harp your Christ is time, just time.
Round about the cauldron go. In the poisoned entrails throw. Toad. That under cold stone. Days and nights has 31. Sweltered venom sleeping got. Boil thou first in the charmed pot. Double, boil in trouble. Fire burn, and cauldron bubble.
Fill a tub of fenny snake, in the cauldron boil, and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog.
Double, boil in trouble.
Fire burn,
and cauldron bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, which is mummy, more in gulf of the ravenous souled sea shark.
Double, boil in trouble.
Fire burn,
and cauldron bubble.
Oh, well done. I commend your pains, and every one shall share the gains. And now about the cauldron sing, live elves and fairies in a ring, enchanting all that you put in.
How now, you secret black and midnight hags? What is it you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you, by that which you profess, however you come to know it, answer me. Though you untie the winds and let them fight against the churches, answer me to what I ask you.
Speak.
Demand.
We'll answer.
Say, if thou would rather hear it from our mouths, or from our masters.
Call him. Let me see him.
Macbeth, 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 beware Macduff, beware the Thane of Fife.
Whate'er thou art, for thy good caution, thanks.
None of whom man born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff, what need I fear of thee? But yet I'll make assurance double sure, and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live.
Be lion, mettled, proud, and take no care, who chafes, who frets, or where conspires are. Macbeth shall never vanished be until great Burnham wood, to hide Dunsinane hill, shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can impress the forest? Bid thee unfix his earthbound route. Sweet boatman's good. Tell me, if your art can tell so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Show.
Show.
Sure.
Filthy hags, why do you show me this? The castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon Fife, give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him his line. No boasting like a fool, this deed I'll do before this purpose cool. Okay. Ooh, where's the lesson one? Where on earth was it? I'm sorry, I've completely lost you. Right, okay. So, close summary, there it is. Pause the video and copy it or print it. And finally, prophecy. What were the first three prophecies told by the witches to Macbeth and Banquo? So back in the first scene, I think, yes. So just to jog your memory. And why does Macbeth think he's invincible? Following the witches' latest prophecies. So what have they said that's made him feel fearless and powerful, all powerful? See you on Wednesday.